Hello Paula, hi Craft, welcome back into my kitchen. I'm Dawn in Modesto, and today we're going to make an appetizer for you for Appetizer Week 2 that was actually inspired by a program that I had seen on the Food Network. I've taken a simple dip recipe and changed it to a very elegant appetizer that'll wow all your friends and family. Videos that she sends to us on email about how she wanted to know how this Philadelphia cream cheese challenge has changed our lives. Well, let me tell you, if you can't tell, there's cream cheese everywhere. We got tubs, we got bricks, we got little half pounders. I've already got stuff getting up to room temperature for my next recipe we're going to try later on today. But most of all, my best friend and I have been filming and filming and filming and laughing and laughing and laughing. And like a lot of other people in this country, you know, I've had a little economic challenge this year. But this has really made me laugh and have fun and just more able to find some joy in my circumstance. It's always fun when you can create something and have a good time. So that's what we've been doing. So what I have for you today is a pinwheel that's made with puff pastry and stuffed with a bacon gorgonzola spread. So here in my bowl I've got 8 ounces of Philly cream cheese softened to room temperature and 1 5-ounce container of crumbled gorgonzola cheese. Now it's easy to stir because it's at room temperature, so you just want to blend this together well. And we're going to take 8 slices of chopped and fried bacon that you've cooked and drained and let come to room temperature. Now, you don't want to overcook it, you don't want to undercook it. We all know that perfect place for really good bacon. So we're going to add that in, and we're going to mix this all together to make a wonderful spread. It only takes a minute or so to combine it well. Our secret ingredient that we have in this particular recipe is something that a lot of people are really afraid of, and that's fennel. A lot of people think that fennel is licorice. Tastes like licorice, smells like licorice. What they don't know is when you cook it, it becomes really sweet. Has a texture that's like an onion and a nice sweetness to it. So this is ready, see? Just real simple, mix that together. What we're going to do, when you finish frying your bacon, you're going to get rid of half the fat. And we are going to cook this fennel, chopped fennel. It's 1 bulb, medium bulb, that you dice in half your bacon fat. You're going to cook till tender, and then right before you're done, you're going to add 2 cloves of chopped garlic. Come on over to the stove. Okay, we're adding our fennel to our hot bacon grease. Okay, we've got 1 medium fennel bulb diced in half of our bacon fat that we've saved from our bacon. And now we're going to add 3 cloves of garlic that we're going to put through the garlic press. Never used to be a fan of the garlic press, but I got to tell you, it keeps your fingers from smelling bad. That was not funny.
That was funny.
Going to add this in, keep stirring it around until the fennel is nice and tender. I tell you what, during this whole filming process, my friend and I have learned many things, like I'm too tall, the counters are too short, you can see my elbow more than anything else in video, which is just awful, so I'm cooking with my other hand today. And no matter how much makeup I put on, I will never look as nice as Paula Deen. That is for sure. Okay, we're getting right about to that moment where our fennel is done. It's going to take on a nice little golden brown color. And what we're going to do is we're going to drain this on a paper towel so it's not greasy. And we'll move on to the next step. I've turned the oven on to 450 degrees, and I have sprayed pan coating onto our 2 baking sheets that we're going to use in the next step. Okay, now that our fennel is cooked and cooled off a little bit, you're going to take 1 package of frozen puff pastry sheets. You're going to bring them to Okay, now that our fennel is cooked and cooled off a little bit, you're going to take one package of frozen puff pastry sheets. You're going to bring them to room temperature. It takes about 40 minutes. And what I like to do is after I unfold it, just give it, maybe 1 or 2 turns with a rolling pin just to get rid of those lines that are part of the pastry. I'm going to flip this over. And we're going to fill it with our spread. I also, while I was cooking the fennel, I misspoke. You want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees, not 450. 400 degrees. So now you're going to spread this out 3/4 of the way up and from side to side. It's not pretty, but I tell you what, there's nothing like the smell of blue cheese and bacon cooking in your oven. Oh my goodness, it is so yummy. We loved this so much, that's why we started to play with this particular spread and see all the fun things we could do with it. We really love this recipe. It's one of our favorites, as I'm sure it's going to be one of yours. Now we're going to take our fennel and we're going to put it on top of our blue cheese mixture. We're going to spread that out. And really, when you're eating this pinwheel, I can't decide which is better. The cream cheese, the blue cheese, the bacon, the fennel. It just it works so well together. Now you're going to take your pastry brush with a little egg wash. And an egg wash is just an egg with just a tiny bit of water. Works as a glue with pastry dough. And you're going to put this on the end furthest from you. Now we're going to start to roll. You're going to fold this over and then very carefully you'll get it going. And once you get the roll started, you just want it to be tight and even. And there we go. And this makes the beautiful pinwheel with cooked pastry layers and bubbling cheese in between all the layers. So now we're going to cut this into the right size, and I think about a finger's width, which is about 1/2 inch. It works better with a serrated knife. Let me grab one. The dough's kind of soft, so a serrated knife will work well. Cut these into rounds. All of them with a little egg wash like we discussed earlier, and give a sprinkle of some shredded Parmesan cheese. It's going to give it a nice brown, golden brown color when it bakes. And let me tell you, the puff pastry is going to spread out into beautiful buttery layers of pastry, and it's going to be, the cheese, the bacon, the Philly. You're going to want to try this. You got to try it. It is so good. Now, like I said, it's a 400-degree oven. We're going to cook this for 20 minutes. So we'll meet you back here in the kitchen as soon as these appetizers are ready. See you soon. Hi, they're done. Oh my goodness. It was so hard to keep from eating these as soon as they came out of the oven. A couple of things I want to tell you. First, I had originally said 20 minutes in a 400-degree oven. I think it might be better if they go for 22 minutes. They get a little bit browner, they look a little better. So I'll make that notation in my recipe that it's a 22-minute cook time. You're going to want to eat these as soon as they come out of the oven. And it is imperative that you let them cool to, you want to serve them warm or room temperature, but the flavors just need to mellow together. It's worth the wait. It's definitely worth the wait. Now I've used a little bit of the anise or the fennel fronds. There's a little decorative touch here on my platter. And I'm hoping that you too will enjoy as much as we do bacon blue cheese pinwheels with Philadelphia cream cheese. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you again in our next video. Oh my goodness, you're back. Paula, You wanted to know how